Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Marshall Goebel. At the time of this recording, it is June 18th, 2013. I'm a national director in a company called 5 Links, and I'm also a active duty military guy. I'm in the Navy. I'm a diver in the Navy. Right now I'm attached to a special operations unit. And this is going to be an unedited video. I don't need to edit it or anything like that, but I'm coming to you guys kind of, it might seem aggressive to some people based on which side of the video you want to put yourself on, but here's the deal, man. Something was brought to my attention, and I feel that I have the duty to stand up for a specific person and kind of get some facts right, but more importantly, just let these people know that I got your back, whether you're in my team or not, whether you're in my business company, it doesn't matter. And I guess this has kind of pushed me over the top for a couple things that have been compounding and building up. But here's the deal, man. There's a young guy. He's young to the military, and he's young to this business. 5 Links is our company. And this guy saw the vision of what we do, which most like anybody in networking or direct sales, whatever you want to call it. We see a vision, we see an opportunity, and we decide on our own to take advantage of it and make something of it. And I think that's the coolest part about what we do is somebody hands you off this opportunity, whether you drop it or make it successful, it's up to you. It's your fault. I consider that the American dream. But back to the point of the story, I was contacted through kind of a network of people, or if you're military, the chain of command, however you want to, take it. If you can't wrap your mind around the fact that people outside the military are capable of making success and networking the same way that we do in the military. I don't know. Obviously, you can tell I'm kind of being facetious and a little aggravated and irritated, but it's fair. You'll get the point toward the end of this. Somebody contacted me and reached out for my help because of the success my wife and I have had in the company and being active duty military in the job field that I'm in. And it's not to put ourselves on a pedestal. It's just, hey, if you need some support, somebody's going to have to help you out. And the cool thing about it is I'm not even the guy at the top making all the money that you're probably talking about and tell everybody that's a scam. I'm not even the guy at the top, in my own mind and my own posture, the way I carry myself. Hell yeah, I am. And the way people look at me, they might mistake me as the guy at the top because I don't show otherwise. But I'm not even the guy at the top of this thing, okay? And I think that's cool, and I think it's fair for you to understand. I'm not the guy at the top. I'm making my way there. I busted my ass so far to get there, and it's going to happen. But that's not me right now. But the point is, this gentleman started the business to upgrade him and his family's lifestyle because he was smart enough to realize that people retire from the military and they didn't necessarily have the lifestyle that he wanted for his family. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with somebody, and this is what happened to me. I noticed that people retiring from the Navy on Friday were coming back to work Monday as a government contractor. And to me, that did not make sense. And it didn't make sense on a couple levels because we struggle in the military. There's no millionaires in the military, all right? My company name is the Military Millionaire Mindset Academy, but that doesn't mean I'm a military millionaire based on what the military pays. It's an honorable job. It's respectful. It's fun. It's got all the perks to it. But there is a downside to everything. And with the military, sometimes it's the sacrifice of lifestyle that you make. So this gentleman, even though he's young in the military, he noticed real quickly that people were not retiring with the lifestyle that he wanted, okay? And if you kind of look at it the way we do in the military, if I follow the steps that you're leading me to, I'm going to eventually be in the same spot you're in if I don't do something different. Okay, so back to the point. In every company, you want to have a successful launch, a successful start. And, I'll put some of the blame on this guy. Maybe he talked a little too much, which we're all guilty of. Even if you're in the military, the first week of boot camp, you didn't know what was going on, and you got beat down for it. Okay, and in this case, he's getting beat down a little bit because maybe he approached this thing the wrong way, but it's not that bad. And the problem that I have is some of the people that are superior to him in the military, and let me get this straight right now. Okay, these are the people that got in before him. These are the people that outrank him, the people at the top, and these are the people that make more than him that he'll never be able to surpass. So what does that sound like? To me, that sounds like the same thing that people describe about this network marketing thing or direct sales or MLM. Everybody wants to say it's one of them pyramid things for those people. Well, if you're using those 3 reasons to explain to us that that's what we do, well, welcome to the club, Jack, because that's exactly what you're doing as a lifestyle. Okay? So there's no difference between the military and what we do other than you just don't have a clue what we do and you're too closed-minded to try to figure it out on your own. Okay, so back to the point. I know I'm going to keep getting sidetracked, but this is unedited. You're getting me as I am. All right, I'm giving you some time. I'm trying to give you some value. And if you're one of the people I'm talking to, then I hope you get offended, dude. I don't care. So here's my point. These individuals sought out to try to maliciously destroy this guy's launch. They came to his home meeting. They came to his grand opening with the intention of picking this thing apart. They told him, we're going to come to check this thing out to see if it's legal. Now just imagine the mindset that puts our new rep in. And thank God we have a support structure, okay? But just imagine, these people are so negative, you could put them in a room and turn off the lights and they would develop like an old picture. That's how negative they are. We're going to come to your meeting. You're trying to upgrade your lifestyle for your family, which there's nothing absolutely wrong with doing that. I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing stated in the military instruction that you cannot be part of a legitimate business that's recognized by the government. Okay, and just because you want to call it something doesn't mean that's even a fact. And just because you want to take it to some cute person that got a college degree at legal doesn't mean they know anything about business. They're a military legal service, not business. It's easier for everybody to say, yeah, that's one of them pyramid things that my broke cousin who's done nothing did anything with. He didn't make any money, so you're not either. That's BS, and it's over, dude. Conversation's done. And at that point, the conversation with you's over because you can't look far enough into research it. So here's the deal. He invited these guys over with the intention of, hey, look, man, I work with you guys every day. We're out there catching bullets in our flag. We're out there protecting freedom together. We're supposedly brothers together. We got each other's back. And these dudes took it upon themselves to come to his house and try to bust down what he was trying to start. And in a way, they succeeded. All right, they succeeded. Now think about that. Okay, these people go to fight battle with each other, yet they do the same thing to each other. You know, in a way, they're fighting each other when they come back. You know, there's nothing wrong with these guys keeping their mouth shut. If they didn't want to come, then don't come anyway. That makes it easier on us. You disqualified yourself. Check out, Jack. I'm done with you. Peace. All right, enjoy your retirement. Let me know how your second job goes, because that's exactly where you're going to end up. So here's, you know, I'm obviously fired up. I'm flustered. I'm normally a little more streamlined than this, but I'm tired of seeing people get taken advantage of, because that's what happened to me. So many people openly gave me their opinion on what I was doing. The very people that told me I could be a freaking astronaut and walk on the moon were the first people that told me never to call them again, ask for their support. Don't bother me with your pyramid, illegal scam. It'll never work, because only the people that get in first make all the money. Only people at the top make all the money. You can never surpass people at the top making all the money that got in first. I'm thinking, damn, that's exactly the military. Somebody gets to decide when it's time for me to promote, no matter what I do. The people above me got there first, and I'll never surpass them, and they dang sure make more money than me. What in the world is your basis of your, criticizing what I'm doing for my family? All right, so here's the deal. The guy comes back to work, and these two gentlemen that came to bust down his meeting, which was a success anyway, go figure, they get to work, and they told him, you know what, we don't want you doing that anymore. I don't know the words. I'm probably screwing a little bit up, all right? But here's the deal. I told this guy he is not allowed to solicit at work. You're not. That is against the rules of the military, and I believe that goes for corporate America too. You're not allowed to come into Walmart and start selling items for Target. It ain't going to work. The military is a very professional organization, yet it states clearly you're not allowed to solicit stuff inside of work. But then I want you to understand this. Have you ever had the Girl Scout cookies? Well, it's awful funny that there's no soliciting at work when you're involved with the pyramid, yet the people in the top that have kids in the Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, they can bring cookies and sell them on base, which is a form of solicitation. Go figure. Go think about that one for a second. Or, hey, my kid in junior high is selling some candy for a fundraising. Well, you're coming and selling something at work, all right? Now, what's the problem with somebody asking, hey, this guy, hey, how's your new business going? Oh, it's going great. Oh, that's solicitation. Now we're going to burn you from the bottom up. Okay. That don't jive, and someone's going to take a stand, and it'll be me, and I don't mind at all if I'm the only one on this side of the battlefield regarding the people that I work with daily, all right? Because there are plenty of people that have made success outside of this military thing that are willing to battle this argument, and I'm one of them, and I'm proud of it, and I ain't got no problem battling anybody. If you want to argue with me, get your facts together. And when you figure out the battle that you're up against, you understand quickly there's no discussion to have, okay? And the whole point of this video is to let people know, shut your mouth if you don't understand what this business or this industry is about. Because this is to the point now where this guy's calling me telling me, hey, look, now everybody in the chain of command's involved. They're telling me that they're going to highly suggest that I get out of there as soon as I can and not put any more money in it. And if I don't get out as they suggest, they're going to give me a direct lawful order that I have to. And I swear to God, if it goes to that point, so many people are going to get embarrassed because that is not a lawful order. There's nothing in the military regulations stating that you cannot be part of a home-based business that's recognized by the government, that you get a 1099 for at the end of the year. You invest in yourself, you invest in your lifestyle, you make a conscious decision to get a part of it. And if it was a scam, then shame on you. You should have done more research. But in this event, with this particular company that I'm part of and that I'm referring to, there's nothing that these people are going to find that's going to prove that we're not a legit business, that we're doing anything unethical, and I have a couple things in front of me to prove to you that. If you've ever heard of the Wall Street Journal, you probably have. Okay, we're one of the only few privately held companies featured in the Wall Street Journal. I have it right here. I believe it was the edition. Let's see if I have it. It was June 2012. June 2012, you can find an excerpt that talks all about 5LINKs and other direct selling companies if you choose to. Okay, if that doesn't float your boat, there's a magazine called the Direct Selling News. Okay, here's another publication. I don't care what you find some broke dick saying on Google that signed up for this and did nothing. How about this, Jack? You don't go to work Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and show up wanting a paycheck. Nobody's going to get paid and you're going to be gone. There's no difference in this business, all right? You have to work the business. Here's a Direct Selling News excerpt that tells everybody about the numbers of 5LINKs is doing and why we're having such an explosive growth. If that doesn't do it, here's an entire copy, the most recent being the third time we've been featured in this one particular magazine, November 2012, cover to cover, Your Business at Home magazine, and it features a lot of high-profile people in this magazine that are in our business and that are outside of our business. One being Darren Hardy, probably one of the most successful publishers of any magazine, which is called Success Magazine. Well, guess what? He's involved with some of the things that 5LINKs are doing. A well-known pastor in Texas, Joel Osteen. Okay, you think he has people that does research for him before he puts his face on anything? Absolutely. Okay, if that doesn't do it, there's another excerpt of Darren Hardy, but check it out. The front page says the 5LINKs $1 Million Earner Club. So let's talk about that for a second. Okay, so let's talk about your 3 reasons that you're going to force this guy to not be part of what we're doing in 5LINKs, which ain't going to happen anyway. It's a conscious decision up to him. And if he gives in to the pain and quits, then shame on him. He didn't want it anyway. So if you're watching this, I'm fighting for you, and this is all for you and everybody else that are getting walked on that don't know how to stand up for yourself. Let us do it, all right? Don't get emotionally connected with arguing with people. So here's what I want to show you. Everybody starts at the bottom the same way you did in corporate America, the same way you did in school, the same way you do in the military. Now, my wife and I have been able to learn the system and follow it and not give up like 97% of the people do. And we've been awarded things because of our progress. If you can read that, it says we were the #1 executive directors, which is the mid-grade position in this company, for the month of April. We're #1. Here's the thing you need to know. There's over 70,000 people in the business. Here's our certificate for making national director. Okay, we're 1 position away from being the people at the top of the company. You can see a couple other things on the back wall here. But here's what I also want you to understand. This is still my primary job. Okay, I'm still spec op diver. Okay, this is just a plan B for me. And the problem that a lot of people have is the money that's made in this business and how it's made. Okay, we do nothing different than what any corporate America job does. We acquire customers and we make business partners. That's it. If you don't understand that, then this ain't for you, and we're okay with that if you are. Just go on your way and we'll do our thing. But there's no reason to tie in and start threatening people. We're going to force you out of this. We're going to suggest that. If you don't do this, we're going to turn you up to the officer. And my prayer is that the officer has integrity and a brain big enough to tell these people that are making a lot of noise out of this, hey, look, guys, there's nothing you can do to this guy because this stuff is legit, and here's where I'm going to document it. Okay, I would hope that, but some experiences I've had in the military, I'm 50-50 on which way that might go. I'm anxious to see how this is going to fall out. But even at the end of the day, if this guy tells this junior military person, you are not allowed to do this, he's going to get embarrassed, because if that's the route it goes, there's a lot of things that can happen, because you cannot legally tell somebody what they can and can't do out of their working hours if it's not outside of regulations. We get it. We can't do drugs. We can't beat up on our wives. We can't cheat on each other. We can't go murder people and get away with it. Say, hey, I got PTSD. No, that don't jive. but there is absolutely nothing stating that you cannot upgrade your lifestyle outside of the military. And the funny thing is, many of the people at the top of the military that I know are involved with some type of outside gig, whether it be stocks, real estate. I know many people. People on my team are retired senior military, senior officers, active duty officers, active duty senior enlisted people on my personal team. Okay, so you can't use that as a valid argument. So I'm gonna keep going back to the three things that people say. Well, only the people at the top make all the money. Okay, Jack, that's where you work. Whether it's corporate America or whether it's military, that's exactly what your job is. That's exactly what your life is. Only the people that get in first make all the money. That makes sense. You don't make any more money than the boss that owns your company does, and you'll never surpass him, and he got there first. So what's your valid argument? Your argument is you don't have one because you've done no research to figure out what this is. And if you're going to try to use the argument of, well, 97% of the people fail and they go put on Facebook and Google that this thing never worked. Here's a good relation for you. If you have any kind of health interest and you join a gym in January, you would understand that most people's New Year's resolutions put them in a gym. Well, I want you to go through that gym all year long and tell me the numbers in December and tell me how many people are still there. You'll figure out real quickly that this is no different than a gym membership. It's no different than a selection to be in the Special Forces. It's no different than people that sign up for college as a freshman and then the numbers that graduate. People quit because they don't see it through. This is no different than anything that you have experienced before. You're just trying to shun down on somebody because they're trying to get outside of that box that you trained them to think in. And I think that's a punk way out. So I don't really know where the purpose of this was going other than to vent. And I get it. I vent, and I was a little long-winded, but it's mostly to let people know, yes, my wife and I have had success. And the unfortunate thing is we're making more money in 1 month than some of the people in the military do all year, and they hold that against us, but they'll never take a look and see what we're doing. They'd rather just tell us it's a scam. Well, here's my argument to you. Look at my lifestyle, look at your lifestyle, and tell me which one's a scam. Because you're putting in full-time 30 years to do what you're doing, and I'm already living what you'll never have at the end of your 30 years. And I'm willing to show you how to get there, but I will not back down if you decide to challenge me in my business, okay? So, like I said, I'm frustrated. I'm really anxious to see what happens tomorrow. And here's the deal, man. I offered to talk to these guys, and they don't want to even get on the phone with me. All right, and you can read through all that. I mean, these are the people that are, I don't know. I don't even need to go down that road. I don't want to insult anybody or the heritage or, the formality of the military, but in this case it applies, and I'm within the military and I'm doing this thing on the side and I'm having success and it's creating a lifestyle that I would never have. But that doesn't mean I go to work every day and I solicit people. Hey, join my team. Here's a mirror. Breathe under it. If it fogs up, I want you on my team. You know what? Matter of fact, there are very few people in the military that I even want to do business with during working hours, let alone outside of working hours, because their mindset. These people can't move outside of a 10-mile radius from the base. They got to rely on shopping at the exchange and the commissary. I get it. It's cheaper. I get it. Even though you got money, it makes sense to save money when you can. But I see people that rely on that base to function. They can't get gas anywhere in town except for base. They can't go shopping anywhere except for base. They get a little cute military credit card and they rack that up for Christmas time and they can't even pay it off throughout the year. And then here comes Christmas again and they got to figure out what they're doing this year. I see so many people tiptoeing through life quietly. They retire, and they start looking around thinking, what the heck happened? And they were struggling on full pay, and then at the end of that, now they're double struggling on retirement pay, and they're starting to having to figure out things. And the unfortunate thing is, these very people are calling me saying, hey, what's that thing that you were doing that I was making fun of you about? I've actually had that happen. I've had people that used to tell me this would never work. You're never going to make any money. You're never going to surpass anybody and make it through the ranks. But then, there you go. What can I show you? Documentation beats it. I can show you so many things, but you'll probably take that as me putting myself on a pedestal. You're going to probably take this video as me wanting to challenge you. And if you're watching this video and you need the support, then there it is. People are willing to fight for you. Just let us know what's going on. All right, do not bow down for anybody. Shame and success cannot succeed in the same room. It will not happen. It's like day and night, hot and cold, light and dark. Shame and success will not both live in the same room. So you need to figure out which one you're going to be. I choose successful. You can too. It's just a simple choice. And you also need to understand that you're the one that saw the vision for your family. You're the one that sees the vision for your long time with your primary job, and you're the one that's going to be responsible whether it happens or not. And if you give in to the pain, you didn't deserve it. Go back to living the lifestyle that you hated to begin with and keep your mouth shut. And the best thing that you can not do is put on Google how this thing doesn't work. Because here's the deal. These guys went, oh, we went to the Better Business Bureau. You got an A+. However, comma, there's a comment section. There's a complaint section on the Better Business Bureau, and you guys have a couple complaints. And the complaints are BS anyway. They're just people that never made any success in life that don't know what the hell they're doing except for posting on the internet. These people would rather post on the internet than do anything and make money. But I think I'm going to wrap the video up. Like I said, I'm not going to edit it. This is going straight from here to posting on the Facebook page of this one person that needs it. And if you need to share it with somebody to give them a little hint of what we got going on, by all means do it. If you want to challenge me to an argument as to the legality of what I'm doing, bring it. If you want to challenge me as to I can or cannot do this in the military, bring it. Okay? That's a free game fight for me. I would welcome it. I've actually been waiting for someone to do that so I can embarrass them. And I don't say that to challenge you. I'm just tired of seeing people try to walk on everybody else because they think they know something that their broke dick uncle tried and it didn't work out for him, but he's in the penitentiary, but I want to take his advice. So let me bring you as a guest to the jail so we can talk to him in person. He can give you business advice, and then he goes back into jail and you can buy off in his lifestyle and you'll end up there because that's exactly what you're going to do. So in my wrap up here, here's the deal. Whoever's advice you take, you're going to eventually have their lifestyle. So if these broke dick people are telling you not to do this, and I'm over here telling you you can, it's up to you to decide who you want to decide. I would suggest rolling with me because we have a lifestyle that most people in the military would never, ever fathom because they're too close-minded to look into something as a way to make extra income. And it's not about money, it's about options. And when you have more options, you're a lot more happy. And when you have a lot more options, you can laugh at people that don't have options. When you offer them the option, they don't want to take it, bye-bye. The key to this game is disqualifying everybody, and it's much easier when they do it themselves. So for the person that I made this video for, just understand these two people will never get paid from our company, yet they're already part of our company, and you and I exactly know how. And the best part about it is we can wave to them because that's a blessing. You do not want drama on your team. Let people disqualify themselves as fast as they can. If they can't disqualify themselves, then you help people either qualify themselves or disqualify themselves by asking them questions. And the one thing I would not start asking people is what their opinion is about your business. And if anybody says, well, that one of them networking things, your answer to them will be absolutely. If it wasn't, I wouldn't touch it. What's your next question? If somebody says, well, is that one of those pyramid things? And you put your fingers like this and say, yeah, where the guy at the top makes all the money, that's actually me, and I can show you how to get there if you want. What's your next question? If somebody asks you, hey, what industry are you involved in? And you tell them network marketing, and they laugh and they giggle and it's all funny and jokes to them. All you gotta do is just say, hey, what do you do? And they tell you, well, I do this, I do that, and the other. And you just look at them and say, oh, so you have a job. And then you just turn and you're done with that conversation because what you've done is planted a mind bomb in these people's brains. They're gonna figure out real quickly that, man, I sound a lot stupider than I thought. So that's it, man. Like I said, I'm a national director in the company. My next step in the next 2 months, I will be a senior vice president in the company. I'm the guy at the top making all the money at that point, yet I'm still active duty military. How does that work? I can tell you how. You don't quit. You see it through and you align yourself with the right people, and you do not align yourself with people that openly give you their advice on something they know zero about. If you want to go into battle, go with those guys with the high and tight haircut that can't let go, and they wear all the buttons and pins on their hats, and they always want to introduce themselves at the parades as a war hero, and they probably did nothing anyway because there's very few of those. You know what I'm talking about, the guys with the pins and back then, this, that, and the other. They can't let go. Don't align yourself with those people, and you'll be a lot better off. So plug into the Facebook, plug into the website. I do very few rants. I try not to be negative. I just try to be chilled out. But in this case, I think it was for a right purpose, and hopefully I get my point across. And if I piss somebody off, great. If I added value to you, great. If you stop watching this midway through, well, welcome back because you just saw that. All right, dude. Later. Have a good night. We'll see you guys at the next video or at the top. Either one, that's where we'll be. Bye.